By the end of 1941, Hitler dominated the European continent. From 1942 to 43, British and American forces had chipped away at the Nazi Empire in North Africa, Sicily, and Italy. But Allied leaders concluded that the quickest and surest way to end Hitler's rule required a direct invasion of France across the English Channel. Anticipating an eventual attack from England, Hitler ordered Field Marshals Gerd von Rundstedt and Erwin Rommel, the famed Desert Fox, to fortify the Atlantic Wall. By the summer of 1944, the Germans had poured thousands of tons of concrete for bunkers and pillboxes and dug hundreds of miles of trenches protected by barbed wire, mines, and beach obstacles. Meanwhile, Allied forces under the command of American General Dwight D. Eisenhower laid the groundwork for Operation Overlord, the invasion of France. The plans were staggering in scope. They called for the preparation of over 5,000 naval craft as well as 11,000 aircraft. These would be used to support the hundreds of thousands of troops who were training for the operation. In the early hours of June 6, 1944, 13,000 American and British paratroopers and 4,000 soldiers carried by gliders landed in Normandy. Their goal was to secure key objectives that would make way for the infantry who would land on the beaches. About the same time, bombers and warships attempted to pummel the German beach defenses with thousands of tons of explosives. But the ultimate test came when Allied soldiers, most of them between 18 and 28 years old, landed on the beaches. While some troops met with little resistance, others stepped out of their landing craft into withering machine gun and mortar fire.
We left the mothership 12 miles out, I think. When they lowered us down in our soft craft, it sunk. So we had to go back up on the mothership, up the ropes, come back down. They put us in a Canadian-type boat. We landed in about 4 foot of water, stepped out. And it was still rough when we got there. We got there a little late because our boat sunk. A bad-looking scene. I mean, bodies everywhere. I mean, you had to step over a body to get across the beach. It was just a mess. Well, I carried a tripod for a heavy water-cooled machine gun, weighed 37 pounds. The equipment we had probably averaged about 80 pounds, I think, plus us. We got to the top. My buddy, Joe Walentowski, got wounded, and I took time to bandage him up. And the lieutenant said, well, we got to move out. So we moved out to our next objective, was Fairville.
The lieutenant told me to lead us through the path, but they're blown with the Bangalore torpedoes through the minefields, and told me to lead us up the hill. Well, just as I got to where you turn to start up the hill through the path, the sergeant from B Company slapped his hand up on my chest. So, wait a minute, soldier, we're going first. Wasn't nothing I could say. I was a PFC. So when his first 5 men got 25 feet from me, where I would have been, an stray artillery shell came in and hit right in there. It killed 2 of his men, put 3 of them out of commission for the rest of the war. And if I had gone on first, then that would have been me.
By the end of June 6th, more than 9,000 soldiers had been killed, wounded, or were missing. But over 150,000 Allied troops were in France. Although the beachhead was small by the end of June 6th, the Allies had breached the Atlantic Wall. On June 7th, they began unloading a multitude of tanks, guns, supplies, and troops. The war would rage on for almost a year before Germany surrendered, but the months of planning and preparation for the invasion of Normandy, combined with the incredible courage of the soldiers who fought their way past the beaches, had paid off. The Allies were in France.